Hi, this is Ben Parojcic with ReMax, and welcome to your Real Estate Market Minute. Well, today I want to answer the question, is the economic uncertainty causing the real estate market to crash or at least stall? And it's an interesting answer. There's a lot of articles, you can't help but trip over them on the internet, about how economic uncertainty is hurting our nation's real estate market. Um, for instance, Barron's writes that as of May 2025, uh, home inventory is surging and that the number of homes in the US surpassed 1 million on the market for the first time since December 2019. Um, so that's kind of a big deal. And then the article goes on to say uh, that the homes are staying on the market at least a minimum of 51 days, which is also a really long time compared to recent months and recent years past. So the thing to remember, though, and I've talked about this before, is that real estate is really hyper local. So while this Barron's article might be true about the national averages, here at home, we're really not seeing that. The greater Cleveland market remains extremely resilient. Now, let's take a look at the number of homes, the historic count of active listings, putting that up on the screen for you. And if you take a look at this chart, it goes back a year to July of 2024. And at the right, we're in May of 2025. Listings are up only fractionally higher than back in October of 2024. Back in October, Cuyahoga County had 2,533 listings. In May, we had 2,534 listings on the market. I mean, one listing more. And then in June, we had 2,591 listings. So it did creep up a little bit. I don't call that a surge. I would say listings have crept up a little bit. Not a big deal in any way. And then, they're talking about listings staying on the market on average 51 days. Well, let's take a look at Cuyahoga County. We can take a look at the statistics. Put up another chart for you, the average days on the market in Cuyahoga County. Wow, we're coming up in June. It was 15 days on the market on average. If we go back to July of 2024, it was probably 13 days. So we've crept up a whole 2 days on the market. Now, over the winter months, it went as high as, 32 days. But in our market, you expect that in the winter. It takes longer to sell a house in the wintertime than it does in the summer. And we're back down to 15 days on the market right now. So again, the article points out, 51 days, but we're at 15 days. Our conditions are much, much better. Housing Wire reports that there are more homes on the market with price cuts than in any March in the last decade. So, that's a pretty damning statement. But again, if you look at our data here in Greater Cleveland, sale price to list price ratio, it's darn near 100% for the whole past 12 months. We dip maybe to 98% during the winter months. Again, to be expected. So prices are extremely firm in our area. Homes are selling pretty fast in our area, and inventory is up just a little bit. So, the national market is not the local market, and the local market is doing a lot better. So that's your real estate market in a minute. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to talk about these statistics and how they impact the value of your home, just give me a call. Thanks.